we opened the game, and then we even watched an exhibition game that they played, and they played very fast. San Antonio did an exhibition game we saw. And after about 2 possessions of the game, I even turned to myself and said, "Oh, here, it's going to be a slow game. I can see what they're doing," which was a good, not a bad idea. But I also said it's going to come down to the wire. I thought it would come down to the wire, but which says a lot for our ball club, says a lot for our guys to be able to adjust. And we had to make a lot of adjustments tonight. I mean, we were making more adjustments at halftime and timeouts and in the middle of the games than I've had to make in a long time, just to figure out how to stay in the game early. And then we went on just enough spurts that we could spread the score out. And we were very fortunate to win, very fortunate to win by the margin, which surprised me.
Yeah, we had to make an adjustment on it, but defense is defense. it just wasn't as much transition defense as we expected. But they ran a few more sets. Well, not actually sets. They ran a lot of isolation. We wasn't ready for that. But as far as the transition, they didn't do much transition, and they tried to just slow it down a little bit.
We seen that they were slowing the ball down, so we just we wanted to make them pick it up a little bit. So we started pushing the ball a lot more, and they made them push it at a few times. They started taking some bad shots. That's why we were able to commend our lead and keep it going. They came back and they got it within, I think, 9 or 10 points, and then we made them do some things they didn't want to do. They came down, took 2 or 3 bad shots, and before you know it, was back up 18 or 20 points. And that was just one of the main things Coach told us. We just had to play our style of game. He said they were going to make a run. We just had to make sure that we just answered their run, and that's what we did.
It was all kind of edgy, not necessarily nervous, just kind of edgy, for his first game that's really going to count. I was just wondering what it was going to be like. It's just the start of a whole new deal, just a whole new season for everybody, just a complete turnaround from what OSU was used to. And it was kind of nerve-wracking a little bit, yeah. But we just glad we got that first one out of the way for him and just started off on a good note.
It meant a lot to me because, it's always exciting first game. I was reflecting earlier today, sitting in the locker room, coach's locker room by myself after a shoot around. And I did some of my pregame stuff. Think about all my first games, and tonight was no different. I've always been on edge and a little over edge, and I apologize to the team a little bit because I probably said some things. I was a little, probably a little nervous as well. You want to do well. You want to do well for your team. You want to do well for your fans, and you want to have a good showing. And I was pretty intense tonight. I'm intense most of the time, but first games are always tough. Good to get it out of the way. Good to get a win, and for those guys to give me the game ball and meant a lot to me. Definitely meant a lot. It's something they didn't have to do, didn't even think about doing. For just the thought of it was nice.